Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a dedicated Jaclyn Hill extravaganza kind of video. I'm going to be going through all of the products that I have ever purchased regarding Jaclyn Hill. So that is Becca Cosmetics, Morphe Cosmetics, and of course Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics herself, her very own brand. I will say that her journey with YouTube and her life and her career is really fascinating and very inspirational and motivating and all of that. And I think that getting swept up in social media can be a difficult place to be for a creator, but also for a viewer. I was very much tainted with the different things that I was hearing about her and reading about her, and I was like, you know what, let me just go with my own opinion, what I feel about certain topics and certain controversies and her brand and launches and all of that, and just form my own opinion. And I will say she is probably next to Tati Westbrook. Those two are my favorite YouTubers, content creators, makeup enthusiasts, and people that I really resonate with as people who just love makeup. I think it's amazing to be able to support artists, people, creators who are just doing what they love as well. And Jaclyn Hill is definitely one of those ones. Every time she launches something, I'm like, I gotta have it. She actually has a new brand, a brand new business, and I would love to get my hands on those pieces as well. She also has a jewelry company, and I think everything that she's doing is very different and amazing, and I think she is the epitome of an amazing businesswoman. I wanted to talk about this stuff because Christmas is coming, the holidays are coming, and I think it's really important to know about product before you purchase it and to hear about what is good and bad. And let me just tell you, this is going to be a very biased video. I pretty much love everything that Jaclyn has ever put out. I do have favorites, like things that I will not part with, things that I will repurchase, things that I wear every single day or every time I do makeup. But I will tell you too, like, I definitely maybe don't get the concept of this, or, you know, here's what I recommend buying. There's a lot. I'm going to try to keep up the pace. We are going to start with the very first thing that I ever purchased with Jaclyn's name on it, and that is, of course, very infamous Becca Cosmetics Jaclyn Hill collab for Champagne Pop. It was the first time Jaclyn had created a highlighter. Now let me tell you that it is, looking back, not a highlighter for my skin tone. I am very fair. I'm a very neutral fair skin tone, so sometimes it's not the easiest for me to wear. But I do have this little palette that she created with them, Champagne Collection Face Palette. So I do still have this, love it, use it. It's got 3 blushes and 2 highlighters, so Champagne Pop and Prosecco Pop. I do wear this on occasion. I actually more so wear it for the blushes. This middle one right here is my favorite, and that is Amaretto. I think it is so beautiful. I'm more of like a peachy, warm, rosy kind of person, so this one is just really nice for me. I do like the other two, but I do tend to go for this one. It is not something I gravitate towards all the time, but when I do remember it's in my collection, I do definitely grab it. I love the packaging too. I think it's just very pretty. My next thing that I ever purchased is probably my favorite thing I have ever purchased from her of all time, and that is the Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe. Now, mine is very loved and beat up. As you can see, it is white packaging. White does not do very well, which is ironic because I'm literally wearing white. But this is the very original palette. I actually took the unit card and taped it on the inside. I did that with like all of my Morphe palettes that I have. But this palette right here is the most beautiful, blendable, rich, pigmented, just gorgeous palette ever. I know a lot of makeup artists use it, pro makeup artists. I know a lot of creators have this and use it. I think it's just a staple in a collection. So I will say, if you're gonna buy one eyeshadow palette from her, you're like, I don't need 14 eyeshadow palettes, I need one. I would get something like This is just beautiful, especially if you're more of a warmer neutral person. With a few pops of color, makes it so fun. All right, I do have 3 more eyeshadow palettes from Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. So these 2 are from her, I forgot what they were called, her Vault collection, I think is what it was. So I have Ring the Alarm and Dark Magic here. I really haven't used them a ton. I will say Dark Magic is definitely not my vibe at all. It's not something that I would typically go for. This one right here is the Ring the Alarm. I purchased this a few weeks ago. I've worn it once. I will say that this is a beautiful fall palette. By the way, I'm wearing literally everything Jaclyn Cosmetics on my face. The only thing it isn't are my lashes, mascara, and eyebrows, and primer. You have the most recent one, the Divine Neutrals palette. I love this. This is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I do wear this one the most out of all of the eyeshadow palettes that I have from her. You are more into neutrals and just natural looks, I would definitely suggest this palette. So these 3 brushes that I have from Morphe and Jaclyn Hill are the JH 34, 35, and 37s. I love blendy brushes for my eyes, and I typically don't wear anything that is shimmer really. If I do, I usually apply it with my finger. I just love like a really nice crease brush or a couple of them. So these ones are really, really great, and I did a really awesome haul of stuff on morphecosmetics.com. Occasionally they'll have some really good sales and deals. I had gotten a lot of stuff from Morphe, but also Jaclyn Cosmetics on Morphe's site, so definitely check that out. All right, so I guess I'll start with where my Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics obsession stemmed from. She released a summer collection. These were a part of it. So it was the putty highlighter, the cream bronzer, and the lip oil, and I bought all 3 of these. I was obsessed, more so with the lip oil, definitely the putty highlight, but let me tell you, I've been rocking this cream bronzer for over a year now. I freaking love this product. Say what you want to about any creator. If you are not a Jaclyn Hill fan, whatever. She makes bomb ass products though. So take your opinion of the person out of the brand and the creation of the product if you have to, and just think of the product itself. This is amazing, and I cannot wait for her to come out with more, because once this is gone, I'm gonna cry. I wear this cream bronzer every single day that I do makeup, no joke. I think it's so easy to blend. It is probably my top product ever. Like, take away the eyeshadow palette, this I can get away with, because most of the time I just throw this in my crease too. I will literally go down like and bronze right in this area, but I'll also take it at the tail end of my eyebrow, and that'll be kind of a base for my eyeshadow to stick, because again, I wear a lot of neutral tones like this, so technically I just really need this, and then throw some shadow in my crease and we're good to go. It's such an easy look, and she had actually suggested that in a few of her get ready with me's as of recent, and I think it's a fabulous idea. If you are ever unsure of how to use a product, especially by a content creator, what the intended purpose is, how this person uses it, especially if there's a new creativity with the idea of the product, going to their Instagram, their YouTube, their platform, and whether requesting it yourself, or I'm sure you're not the only person, watching some of their videos or reels or TikToks, whatever, they may describe how to use some of the products, what they do with it. They're the expert. They're the ones that created it. So go to the person, go to the creator to know how to use the product, because they're the ones that made it and designed it. So I definitely got a lot of tips from her on how to use a lot of her products, and she was right. And I do of course love the putty highlight. This is in Glazed Out. This is so unique and beautiful and will last me forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. I do have a little bit of this on today. And then I love this lip oil. I did actually go through this. I just repurchased this one and the shade Honey Drip as well. I have Honey Drip on today. I love these. They're so hydrating. They feel beautiful. I much rather wear this than a gloss. I just think they're immaculate. They're such a good product. This is the Hydrating Under Eye Primer. I don't use this a lot just because it's one more step that I don't really need. I will say I don't see a huge difference in my under eyes or my makeup, but that's because I use a lot of her other products that do make a difference. So I don't like always use this. It is a good product. I just don't think that it's necessarily a necessity for your makeup. I do also have her lip treatment. This shit is fabulous. Purchase it. I wish I had the polish, the lip scrub. I want that, but this treatment is really good. I understand why she raves about it all the time. Granted, it is her brand, but I do see the hype now, so I love that. A launch that was questioned and criticized a lot was her concealer and skin perfector launch. So this is the Skin Perfecting Blur Tint. I have my shade in Fair Light, and then I have the concealer in Fairest Neutral. This is the Perfecting Concealer. Now, I tested these rigorously because I was on, so I've had this idea for months and months and months for this video. I bought this after launch and I was like, you know what, I'm really gonna go hard about this. I paid attention to her videos, her reels, her Instagram stories. I paid attention to what she was talking about and how she was saying to use this product. I tested it, I wore it a few different times just to see more so the application than the wear. This week I've really gotten to see the wear of this foundation. I've worn this 4 days now this week. I was very adamant about putting this to the test. I remember back in April putting this on and asking my mom, okay, how does it look? I am typically the type of person that wants a very full coverage makeup. Face makeup is the most important for me. I much rather have a very uniform, great glowy looking skin, healthy, than wear a shit ton of makeup. And I will say I have gotten even worse about being that way. I really don't want to wear a lot of makeup. I really don't want to wear a lot of product. I don't want crazy makeup. I am 24 years old. I'm still young with makeup, but I want easy. I want flawless. I want to feel good and confident and beautiful, but I don't want to wear a full face of makeup that feels like a full face of makeup. Mind you, I'm gonna wear a full face of makeup. I have literally everything on today, but I don't feel like I'm wearing a crap ton of makeup. I look good, I look pretty, I look youthful, I look glowy, I look radiant, and that is a lot of my diet and my skincare, but it is also attained to the products that I purchase and wear and the knowledge behind the makeup that I have. And that is super important, because if you don't know your face and you don't know what you want and you don't know product and you don't really know how to wear or use a certain type of product, then you're gonna have a really bad skin makeup day. You need the right application tools. So I was using a Beauty Bakery beauty blender this week. I also used a stippling brush and applied it. I have used my hands. You need good tools to be able to attain a good look. You need a good base too. And I will say I was wearing all that I was wearing today in the last few days have been the under eye primer along with my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Very good products. I highly recommend the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. And I have done a very good job with my skincare recently. So my skin was prepped in the right condition for this product. I like it. I think it looks beautiful. A little goes a long way. I'm pretty sure I used probably 1.5 pumps to 2 pumps of product. That is because I'm looking for a nice coverage. I'm looking for a medium coverage. It's a skin tint. It's not going to be a full coverage foundation. And that's not what she marketed it as. It's a tint. I think something to also think about when you're doing your makeup, because I've forgotten this along the way. I've had to remind myself. If you're gonna wear a full face of makeup, you're gonna be wearing a lot of product, potentially. You're gonna be wearing, let's say, a primer, foundation, concealer, powder, bronzer, blush, highlight. That's a lot of product, depending on what you're using too. Are you using creams versus powders? Powders can look a lot cakier, a lot heavier, feel a lot heavier. I like to try to keep it as uniform and light as I possibly can get. I can build if I need to, so I don't need spackle on my face when I have more products to put on top of it. Long story short, I like this product. If you're in the market for something that is a little lighter and you want to try it, I would say go for it. I think it has a beautiful, beautiful finish. I don't feel like it accentuates any of my lines or any of my pores. It gives a very nice radiant glow. And that's kind of like all that I want for products. It does wear very, very well and very long. The concealer, she talked over and over and over again about this concealer and the best way to use it. People have claimed that it dries quickly and dries down very fast. She suggested, and I do this, to use it sparingly. It is a very good coverage, and also do one eye at a time. If you're doing it as an under eye concealer, then set it really quickly. If you're using it as a spot concealer, you might actually want it to dry down faster and then apply a foundation over top of it, or just, you know, buff it out really quickly and then set it. So I really do like this concealer. You're still with me? There's still a lot of products to go. I feel like I'm going very in depth with these, but I think it's very important to talk about products and the intentions of products. Let's talk about powder. So I bought the translucent setting powder, which looks like this. Yes, it's very dirty. I do really use these products. And the brightening and setting palette. I have mine in the lightest shade, I believe. Lilac, coconut, honey, and almond. I really do use this too. Obviously, you can see these two are my favorites. When I'm darker, I use this one. When I'm really going for a bright eye, I use the lavender one or the lilac one. Guys, this is so fucking good. I love this. I travel with it. I try not to use it too much because it is a little pricey, but it's pricey because it's good. And I really like this setting powder too. I think it just makes my skin look so good. I don't have pores when I wear this. Her packaging is so elegant and luxurious. I just love it. So I really highly recommend these products. Speaking of another palette, bronzer and blush, this is the bronzer or bronze and blushing duo in Lilac Love and Top Tan. This was another one of my first like Jaclyn Cosmetics purchases. I fucking love this. I used to think like, oh, this is not a blush that I would wear. And the bronzer is beautiful. The formula of this is impeccable. I just think it's very, very gorgeous. I definitely would get another one and like the next shade up. And shopping online, because a lot of her stuff is not available in stores around me, so I'm sure I'm not the only one. This is one of my favorite things about her website is it gives you skin tone degrees, I want to call it, like definitions of skin tone and what would look best. So this is what was suggested for my fair neutral skin tone, and I agree. Same thing with her tints, her concealers, bronzers. It really goes into description and what would look best for your skin tone, which is so amazing for ease of shopping online. Next thing we're going to talk about is this is from her 2022 summer collection. This is the pressed bronzer in Skinny Dip. It's just pretty. It smells like coffee. Next is this gorgeous packaging. This is the Luminous Powders. I have Do Me and Brilliant. So I had purchased a Brilliant from a really awesome Morphe sale. Realized it looks more like a bronzer, so I use it as a loose powder bronzer. I did it today. I think it just looks amazing. Gives me some warmth, some glowiness. Beautiful, beautiful. And then this is actually a product that I'm still trying to play with and understand, which is literally the same thing. But this is in the shade Do Me. And I'm just trying to understand like where I'm supposed to wear this, because it has a beautiful luminous, hence the name, texture, and like it's just so beautiful. So finely milled these products are. And I just need to figure out, like, I put it on like tops of my cheeks right here in the middle of my forehead, but I don't really know where else. I don't want to look like a shiny dewy mess, but I want to look glowy and radiant and sexy. I purchased the Luminous Rouge in Love of My Life. I have not worn this a lot because it's very, very pigmented, but it's very beautiful. And then I also just recently purchased the loose highlighter in Balm. This shade is a little dark for me, I'm not gonna lie, but it's still gorgeous. I can still wear it as like a shadow. And then I will say, I think this is one of my top products I've used this year, but just in general of hers. This is her highlighter in Iced. I'm wearing it today. Gorgeous. I love it. Makes me feel so good and beautiful and just sexy and radiant. All right, I also have these. These are now from the Bougie Rouge collection. These are the cream to powder blush sticks. I have Empress and Royal Flush. I'm wearing Royal Flush today with the Lilac Love powder on top. They are beautiful and very pigmented and very loud. So this one is Empress and this one is Royal Flush. They are incredibly creamy, but wear very nicely. They blend very nicely. They're a very amazing product. I have been loving cream products this year. I just think they're so easy. I used to be so intimidated by them, but I don't anymore. I love them. I forgot a Becca Cosmetics product. This is actually the Shimmering Skin Perfector Slim Light highlighter stick in Champagne Pop, of course. I like that. We'll talk about eyes really quick. I just have a couple of products from her. The first one is a shimmering top coat in Icicle. I love this. It's so beautiful. So pretty. It's so light. It doesn't feel like you're wearing eyeshadow. And I think, again, like if I'm talking top Jaclyn products, this definitely hits the mark. This is the Inline Eyeliner Crayon in Smooth Black Brown. I love this. I have been more into brown liners, whether it be shadow liner or a liner like this. Freaking love it. It's just so good. It's so creamy. I can blend it out to have like a really nice smoke shadow line. I think it looks super flattering for my eyes and my shape of my eyes. And it's a really good product. So highly recommend that. Right, now, are you ready for the very last thing? So this is, I think, most notably the products that everybody loves from her brand. And actually one of the things that she says, if you're going to purchase from her brand, you should. If you're going to purchase anything, purchase these two products. They are her lip liners and her liquid lipsticks. And I can attest to that. I finally purchased some of her lip liners. So let's go through them really quickly. I have Beau from her winter collection. I have Butter Pecan, Chai Tea, and Blondie. Guys, these lip liners are immaculate. I love them. There's never going to be a better lip liner. They're so creamy, opaque, blendable, comfortable, but long lasting. Beau, Blondie, Chai Tea, and Butter Pecan. Gorgeous. Chai Tea and Blondie are my favorites. They're just beautiful. I really like her liquid lipsticks. I have 8 here. I actually have a 9th one in my purse, which is downstairs. It's one of her lip cushions. I don't remember the shade that it's in, but it's in my purse. These are so good. They are my favorite liquid lipstick. They actually just sit in my top drawer because they are my go-to. If I honestly got rid of all the other liquid lipsticks in my collection, it'd be fine. So from the red down, we have Beau, Empowered, Get Real, and Confidence. And the next 4 are Gratitude, Truth, Hope, and I'm a Cancer. These are so pigmented, blendable, creamy, opaque, comfortable, matte, but a comfortable matte. I'm wearing Chai Tea lip liner with Truth, a little bit of Empowered, and then the Honey Drip lip oil. That's usually my combination that I wear. And lastly, I do have this Jaclyn lip lacquer in Cookies from her holiday collection last year. I'm wearing this too. I forgot to say that. If you're gonna purchase anything from Jaclyn Cosmetics, I would start with lips. If you're a lip person, that I should say, because they are beautiful. They wear so nicely. They're long wearing, they're buildable. A little product goes a very long way. They're so good. That is all of the products that I have that has Jaclyn's name on it. It is, of course, going to get bigger this collection. I love all of her products. I love supporting her and not just watching her videos or following her on socials. Actually purchasing her products is so rewarding for me. I don't use this stuff all of the time, but this is the stuff that I do have from her. I think it's fabulous. Her concepts, she's not just producing makeup to produce makeup. She's creating things that she genuinely loves, uses, wants on the market, and it's different and it's exciting and it's elegant and luxurious looking without having the $80 price tag. I would love to hear your feedback on the products that I talked about today, and I would love to hear the things that you also want me to review if it's brand based. Let me know what you think about this video and about that concept down in the comments. Also, let me know what your favorite Jaclyn Hill based product is, whether it's from her brand or Becca or Morphe. I'm gonna stop talking and rambling on. This video is quite long enough. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was something different and exciting and you liked the concept. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what else you want to see in the comments down below. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a wonderful life and I will talk to you very soon. Mwah. Bye guys.